Most e-commerce brands trying to fix the open rates are working on the wrong problem. So they think it's a subject line issue. So they go and test a bunch of subject lines, add some emojis, try different send times, and the needle barely moves. Or they think it's an email deliverability issue. So they only send emails to a super tight segment, limiting their revenue potential. Now, here's the truth. Both of these things matter, but neither of them is the root cause of most open rate problems that I see. The root cause is that brands have trained their audience to simply ignore them. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly what it means, why it happens, and the specific things you need to fix to get your open rates up and keep them up. So let's get into it. My name is Emil and I run Magicianly, an email and SMS agency for e-commerce brands. We've been doing this for over 7 years. We've worked with more than 120 e-commerce brands and we generated over $300 million in attributed revenue for them. Plus, we also have more than 30 5-star reviews on our Trustpilot page. And one of the first things that we fix when we take on a new client is their open rate. Because if your emails aren't getting opened, nothing else in your email program really matters. So let's start with what a good open rate actually looks like, because there is some debate over this in the email marketing space. Before you can fix your open rates, you need to know what you're actually aiming for. And the benchmark has changed. If you're sending campaigns to a properly segmented engaged list, you should be targeting 45% or above as your minimum in 2026. 50% plus is where you want to be, and if you're consistently hitting 60%, you're in a really strong position. If you're looking at your overall account open rate in Klaviyo and it looks low, that number is almost always dragged down by unengaged contacts sitting in your Klaviyo account. So that's not the real number. Your real number is your open rate on engaged segments only. That's the metric that tells you how healthy your email program actually is. Now, here's what most e-com brands don't realize about open rates in 2026, because it's not just about avoiding the spam folder anymore. There's a second problem that's quietly killing revenue, and that's the promotions tab. Because Gmail's AI system has gotten significantly more aggressive about filtering brand emails into the promotions tab. And promotions is not the same as the primary inbox. Your email is technically landing in the inbox, but the visibility is just dropping. Your revenue will be dropping, your click rates will drop, and people just check the promotions tab far less than the primary inbox. So the goal in 2026 is not just staying out of the spam folder, it's maximizing the primary inbox placement. And the way you do that is by making your emails feel like less marketing and more like something a real person sent to another real person. So ask yourself this before you write any email. Would a friend send this subject line to another friend? And if the answer is no, then Gmail's AI sees it as promotional. It's that simple. And here's something that doesn't get talked about enough. Open rates are not just a deliverability metric. They're simply a content metric. So every time that you send an email, your email subscriber makes a split-second decision about whether to open your email or not. And that decision is based largely on the past experiences with your emails. So let's say your last 10 emails they got from you were all discount blasts and product promotions. They've learned that your emails are only worth opening when they are in the mood to buy something, which means that every other email you send to them gets ignored by default. So that's the training problem. And it's also why some e-com brands can fix their technical setup perfectly. They can clean the list, do everything right on the deliverability side, and still have mediocre open rates, simply because their email subscribers have low expectations on what's coming in your emails. So the fix is to change what you're actually sending. And we covered this in depth in our email campaign strategy video. So definitely check out that video on our channel. I'll put a link in the description below. But the short version of it is this. Your campaign calendar should pull from 7 different content categories, and promotions are just one of them. The other 6 are product highlights, social proof, value-based content, brand content, holiday and occasion emails, and engagement emails. When you have real variety in what you send, your email subscribers stop being able to predict what's coming next. And that unpredictability is one of the most powerful drivers of open rates there is. If every email is a discount, there's no curiosity. But if sometimes they get a myth-busting email, sometimes a behind-the-scenes look at the brand, and sometimes a founder story, sometimes a customer review, then they start opening more because they generally don't know what's inside your emails. And it's the one most ecom brands never play. So before we go to the next point, I just want to quickly mention that I have a free email marketing course on my website. It goes deeper into all of this. It's completely free, no fluff, just practical strategy. So the link is in the description below, so definitely check it out. Now let's continue with the video. Okay, so we've talked about content. Now let's talk about who you're actually sending to, because this is probably the single most impactful change most ecom brands can make immediately. Most ecom brands, they blast every email campaign to their entire list. And this is one of the most costly mistakes you can make in email marketing for two reasons. First, inbox providers like Gmail and Outlook, they track engagement signals. So things like your open rates, click rates, reply rates, spam complaint rates. So when you send to your full list and a large chunk of it doesn't engage with you, Gmail and Yahoo see that and they use that signal to decide where your emails land. Not just for the unengaged people, but for everyone, including your best customers. So by sending to your whole email list, you're actively teaching inbox providers to deprioritize your emails. Second, there's a 2026 angle I mentioned earlier. So Gmail's AI is now summarizing emails, grouping messages, and deciding which one deserves attention. So if your engagement signals are weak, AI treats your emails like noise. It might collapse them into a summary or group them with other promotional content. The only way to fight that is with strong engagement. And the only way to get strong engagement is to send to people who actually want to hear from you. So the fix is to send campaigns to engaged subscribers only. In Klaviyo, that means building a segment of people who have opened or clicked an email from you within the last 30, 60, or 90 days, depending on your list size and current deliverability situation. So here's the exact segmentation framework we use. First of all, you build out 4 engaged segments: 14 days, 30 days, 60 days, and 90 days. For each one, you want to include anyone who has opened or clicked an email, been active on your site, or placed an order within that window. If your open rates are currently below the 30%, you want to start by sending to your 14 days engaged segment only. You want to send 3 campaigns a week for 2 weeks. After that, you check your open rates after those 6 cents. If you're hitting 50% or above, you can now expand to your 30-day segment. And you keep expanding gradually as long as your open rates stay strong. So every 2 weeks, you analyze the previous results, and based on that, you can determine if you're going to expand the segment until you reach your 90 days engaged segment, which should be your bread and butter. And this process works because you're essentially retraining inbox providers to see your emails as wanted content. And when a high percentage of recipients are opening and clicking, Gmail's algorithm starts rewarding you with better inbox placement. And while we're talking about segmentation, we need to talk about list cleaning as well, because a lot of ecom brands are paying for a huge Klaviyo list and getting a revenue from maybe 10 or 50% of it. So before you start sending to engaged segments, you want to suppress the people who are clearly never going to engage with you anymore. So here's specifically who to remove. First of all, anyone who hasn't opened, clicked, or been active on your site in the last 180 days and has received at least 5 to 10 emails from you during that period. They are not coming back, I can promise you. Second, anyone who has added to your list at least a year ago but has never received a single email from you. Also, anyone who has ever marked your email as spam, and this one is especially important because spam complaints are one of the heaviest signals email providers use to damage your sender reputation. Next up, anyone with a hard bounce, and a hard bounce means the email address doesn't exist or permanently rejected your email. So there's like literally no reason to keep these contacts. And also soft bounces that have happened 4 times or more. These should also be suppressed. And I know this all sounds scary, especially if this means that your email list goes from 50,000 subscribers to 20,000 subscribers. But trust me, a smaller, cleaner list that engages is always going to outperform a large bloated list that doesn't. And you'll save money on your Klaviyo bill at the same time as well. Next up is your technical setup. Now, this won't fix low open rates, but you do need to have it correct, because if it isn't correct, everything else you do will be less effective. So there are 3 things that need to be in place. First of all, you need a branded sending domain. And this is a non-negotiable nowadays. So if you're sending from Klaviyo's shared infrastructure, you're basically sharing a sender reputation with thousands of other ecom brands. And that's not what you want. So you can set up your own branded sending domain in Klaviyo. It's super straightforward, and Klaviyo has a full step-by-step guide in their help center. So definitely check it out right now. Second, you also want to make sure that your default sender email address comes from that branded domain. So if your domain is yourbrand.com, your emails should be sent from something like hello@yourbrand.com or founder@yourbrand.com, and not just some generic address. Third, set up a DMARC record. And this is one of the things that most ecom brands are missing. DMARC stands for domain-based message authentication, reporting, and conformance. And without getting too technical, it basically tells inbox providers that your emails are legitimate and haven't been tampered with. So if you want to know how to set this up, check out our full email deliverability tutorial on my channel. It will show you exactly what steps to follow, and I'll put a link in the description below. Now let's talk about something that most ecom brands don't know about yet. Gmail's AI, Gemini, is now actively reading and interpreting your emails. And if your email is mostly images with very little live text, Gemini has very little to work with, because it cannot read what's inside the images. It cannot understand what the email is about, and when AI can't understand your email, it's more likely to deprioritize it, which will lead to low open rates. So here are the specific changes you have to make to your emails right now. First of all, you have to write proper alt text for every single image inside your email. So the alt text should clearly describe what the image shows, because this will give Gemini the context even if it can't read the actual visual. Next up is to use Klaviyo's built-in product blocks instead of designing product sections as images. Live product blocks are readable, and image-based product sections are not. Next up, use live text for your top bar offers instead of a designed image. So if you have a banner that says free shipping over $75, that should be live text, not a graphic. Next up, same, include live text in your footer area. So product category links, support information, loyalty program details. All of this gives Gemini something to read, and it helps understand that your email is relevant and useful. The next big tip is to include plain text emails regularly. So 1 to 3 times a month, you want to send a plain text email, because this basically shows Gemini that you're showing a real one-to-one email that it can fully understand. It's fully deliverability friendly, and it often performs really well because it stands out from everything else in the overcrowded inbox. So I'm definitely a big fan of including plain text emails in your campaign strategy and also in your flows. Now, finally, we can talk about subject lines, not as the primary fix, but as the finishing layer on top of everything else that we already discussed. And the most important thing I can tell you about subject lines in 2026 is this. If your subject line sounds like marketing, Gmail will treat it like marketing, which means it goes to the promotion step. So the shift you need to make is toward conversational, natural sounding subject lines that look like they could have come from a real person. So things like lowercase, no excessive punctuation, no screaming about sales and discounts. So simply ask yourself, would a friend send this subject line to another friend? And if the answer is no, you simply want to rewrite it. And beyond that, the way to improve your subject lines is through A/B testing. And the right way to run subject line tests is to test meaningfully different angles against each other and not just minor variations. So for example, you want to test curiosity-based versus direct. You want to test a question versus a statement. Test short versus long. Test personalization with a first name versus no personalization. Run the test, let it collect enough data to be statistically meaningful, and record what wins. And over time, you'll build up a real picture of what your specific audience responds to. And one thing worth mentioning, the preview text that shows up next to your subject line in the inbox is essentially a second subject line. And most ecom brands, they still ignore it or leave it as the default first line of the email, which is almost always something like, hey, view this email in your browser. So that's a wasted opportunity. So write your preview text intentionally to complement the subject line and give people a second reason to open your email. So to recap, low open rates are usually caused by three things working against each other at the same time. So content that trains subscribers to have low expectations, sending to unengaged people who drag your deliverability down, and a technical or design setup that makes it easy for Gmail to treat your emails as promotional noise. Fix all three of those together and you will see your open rates move meaningfully. But if you just fix one of them, you'll see some improvement, but not the full picture. Now, here's something to keep in mind. Even if you get your open rates to 55% or 60%, that only works as long as you have a healthy, growing email list to send to, because every email list shrinks over time, simply because people unsubscribe, disengage, and just move on with their life. So if you are not bringing in high quality new email subscribers consistently, your results will slowly decline no matter how well everything else is working. So if you want my team to build and manage the full email and SMS system for your ecom brand, so things like flows, campaigns, segmentation, list growth, deliverability, all of it, check out the link in the description and book a free call with me. During that call, we will look at what you currently have, we'll find the biggest gaps and opportunities, and we'll show you what's realistically possible in your case. And right after this, go watch my next video where I show you how to build a high converting sign-up form in 2026 using Aliyah. Because once your open rates are solid, the fastest way to compound your results is to keep feeding your email list with new subscribers who actually want to hear from you. So I'll see you in that video.